today's video, we're looking at the struggles for an IP Christian, whether you are an ISTP, an ISFP, an INTP, or an INFP. Today we're looking at the struggles you may have simply following Christ and being a Christian. Both INFPs and ISFPs will struggle with having their introverted feeling at the top of their cognitive function stack. This FI, this introverted feeling, is going to not allow them to betray their identity, to betray who they are. And so for many IPs, they will struggle with tribe feedback and tribe accountability. In my experience in ministry, the IPs that I've known, especially those with lead FI, introverted feeling, have a very idealistic view of what the church should be, of how following Christ should be, what programs, what ministries a church should have. And if they're a part of your church and you're not doing what they think is the best way to do something, it will be very hard for them to stay around long term. In fact, many will leave in search for a better ideal. And so I see many IPs, especially with FI at the top, struggling to find that perfect church. Now, we all want to have preferences in church. We all want the perfect church, so to speak. But an IP is going to have a more difficult time hanging in there with a church that don't really believe in secondary and even tertiary missions and visions. ISTPs and INTPs will have similar problems like the Fs, but theirs will not so much be a well identified value that they have. It'll be a way things should go and way things should operate. And if this church doesn't have this type of system, doesn't have this type of TI-based logistics, then I can't either work in this organization or I can't be a part of this organization, because they too are trying to find an ideal mechanism, organization that their line of thinking can adhere to. So the largest struggle that an IP will have, especially in church life, in corporate worship, is that struggle of always putting their self above the needs of the tribe. And so it is the opposite problem that the EJ has. The EJ is putting the needs of the tribe above the needs of the self, so they can get validation from the tribe. But the IP wants that self-validation, and so they're going to struggle in putting the tribe's needs above their own. And when you see an IP go out and do that, they will talk about it because it's hard for them to do. So the way that an IP really grows is to work on not getting their way, so to speak, not having their ideal met, and being okay with that, and being okay with the processes not being perfect, being okay with the ministries and the visions not being lined up with what they think it should be, and just going out and serving the world and serving Christ and giving back to the tribe.
So we've been doing a lot of services online, a lot of podcasts. There are a lot of preachers we do like.
Really good, but we want serious yet funny.
Yeah, commanding of the stage yet relatable, you know?
We're more looking for the humor of Andy Stanley with the body of Stephen Furtick.